Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my week 4 college football rankings. So going over last week's rankings and what those teams did over the past week. So last week at number 10 I had Arkansas. They barely beat Missouri State, who's an FCS opponent. 9 was Kentucky. They took care of business against Youngstown State. 8 was Oklahoma State. They destroyed Arkansas Pine Bluff 63-7. 7 was USC. They easily beat Fresno State. 6 was Oklahoma. They beat Nebraska. 5 was Michigan. They blew out UConn 59-0. 4 was Clemson. They did not have the best showing against Louisiana Tech, but did get the win 48-20. 3 was Ohio State. They dominated against Toledo and won 77-21. 2 was Alabama. They easily beat UL Monroe. And 1 was Georgia. They rolled past South Carolina. So this week's rankings, at number 10, we have Arkansas. So they had a bad showing against an FCS opponent, who, is obviously not the level of competition an FBS team is. But there's no one to come into the top 10 for Arkansas and replace them at number 10, because when you look at the next 5, Michigan State lost to Washington, BYU was destroyed by Oregon, Miami lost to Texas A&M, Utah beat San Diego State, and Tennessee beat Akron. But for Utah and Tennessee, they were 14 and 15 respectively, and I don't think I could put them up that much. So Tennessee is 11, Utah is 12 for me, but Arkansas does remain at number 10. Coming in at number 9, we have Kentucky. They had a slow start in the first half, but they did pick it up in the second half. Their offense looked pretty good, and the defense got the first shutout since 2009. 8 is Oklahoma State. So they did what everyone was expecting them to do in destroying Arkansas Pine Bluff, so there's really no change for them. 7 was USC, sorry. They gave up some points to a decent Fresno State offense led by quarterback Jake Hayner. But the offense, USC's offense, once again looked elite. They scored 45 points, and USC will stay at number 7. Number 6 is Clemson. So this is where the changes start. Clemson falls 2 spots after a not very good showing against Louisiana Tech. And you may look at it and be like, well, they won 48-20. It really wasn't a great showing for them. Their defense gave up some big plays, which is pretty unusual for their defense. The offense wasn't great, even though they scored 48 points. And so far this season, Clemson has not impressed me, so they fall 2 spots from number 4 to number 6. Number 5 is Michigan. They're staying at number 5. They've destroyed every opponent they've played so far. They've scored 50-plus points in their first 3 games for the first time in program history. But when you look at who they've played UConn, Colorado State, and Hawaii, so really no competition for them. So Michigan remains at number 5. Jumping 2 spots to number 4 is Oklahoma. So they beat Nebraska, and I know Nebraska is not that good, but the offense was great. Dylan Gabriel accounted for two passing touchdowns and also added a rushing touchdown. The defense looks better under Brent Venables, and Oklahoma comes in at number 4. Number 3 is Ohio State. They put up 77 points against Toledo and did what everyone was expecting them to do and dominated. So they remain at number 3. 2 is Alabama. They destroyed UL Monroe 63-7, like they were expected to, but I don't think I could put them above Georgia. And 1 is Georgia. They beat South Carolina, and even though Alabama destroyed UL Monroe, which is a huge win over a bad opponent, Georgia did nothing to deserve to drop from number 1. So in my updated playoff predictions, they actually remain the same as last week. 1 Alabama, 2 Ohio State, 3 Georgia, 4 Oklahoma. And for Oklahoma, I explained last week. I'll explain it again. I don't think I could have Michigan and Ohio State both in the playoff. Utah still has the potential to make the playoff, but I think they're going to drop another game. USC is good, but I think they're going to lose, and they're not a playoff caliber team. And Clemson, I have concerns about their offense. Their defense makes them a playoff team, but their offense just scares me too much. And I just don't think they're, amazing. So they're not a playoff team. So Oklahoma is my 4th team in the playoff behind Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama. So those are my Week 4 college football rankings. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you agree with my rankings, disagree, and why. If there's somewhere you disagree with, let me know why in the comments below. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.